Genesis 23. Sarah dies. Abraham, it looks like he's away at the time. It says in Genesis 22 that he was in Beersheba. It says he dwelt there. That doesn't necessarily mean that he dwelt there long term. He could have been just a passing through, a temporary camp. But Sarah died in Kirjath Arba, which in Moses' day is Hebron in the land of Canaan. And it says Abraham came to mourn Sarah and to weep for her. So he came from a distance. Maybe they were living physically apart, not divorced, but living physically apart at the time. And he stood before his dead, and he spoke unto the sons of Heth, who are the Hittites. They were in Canaan. He said, let me buy from you a burying place. Since I've been dwelling among you as a stranger and a sojourner for so long, can you let me have a burying place? And they said to us, Abraham, you are a mighty prince. Of course you can have a burying place, anyone you choose. And he said, can I have the cave of Machpelah that Ephron owns, son of Zohar? Can I have the one that's at the end of his field? Can you ask him? And Ephron was in the crowd. It reiterates a few times. It says, he named in the audience of the sons of Heth. He answered in the audience of the children of Heth. In the presence of the sons of my people, says Ephron, I give it to thee. You can have it. You don't need to pay me. You can have it. And Abraham says, well, I want to pay. How much is it worth? Ephron says, it's only 400 shekels. What is that between us? For the field and the cave, it's only 400 shekels of silver. Abraham, in front of the people, weighs out 400 shekels of silver and gives it to Ephron. He didn't take it for free. He wanted it by right transaction. I remember back a few chapters ago where Abraham refused to accept gifts from the king of Sodom. Instead, he didn't take it. He said, give your gifts to the people. But here, even though he's on a more friendly basis with this man Ephron, he doesn't take things from man. He always pays his just due, maybe as a way to stay in good graces and not let any man take their kindness later as an excuse for some sort of drama, but maybe also because he believes in rightly paying what is due. He pays for this field, and he pays for the cave. And to this day, that cave where Sarah is buried is known as the Cave of the Patriarchs. It's actually a holy place in Israel where Muslims, Jews, and Christians alike revere it. I'd love to go there someday. You can't go in the tombs, obviously. There's a mosque built over it, I believe, now. So I don't know what that means for Christians visiting. But going back to this in front of the people thing, it was all done in public so that there was no contesting. He paid in public. He had the permission from Ephron in public. It was all done in public, so there's no contesting. To me, I see the beginning or a sliver of what God promises Abraham for his future. This big promised land here shall be yours. Walk the width and the breadth of it, and know that one day I promise you that I will give it to your descendants. By him purchasing this little land, which is probably a large field, in what is now Israel, in the plain of Mamre, by him purchasing this, he is in front of the Canaanites claiming a piece of property. So it's the beginning. It's like the heart of all the property that he will inherit in his bloodline. He also, I say that he named it in front of the audience for accountability. There's no denying that this is my property. I'm going to pay you justly. You're kind to offer, but I'm going to pay you. And there's no denying that this is my property because every one of the sons of Heth hears our transaction. No one can deny it. That's the story of Sarah's death. That's the story of what has become known as the Cave of the Prophets. It's a sepulcher, which means a burial chamber. That's all I really got. There's nothing too profound from this with my current lens. We'll move on to Genesis 24 tomorrow.